Go on.
It's repetitive. It's got the name of another song. And it has a chorus.
The context.
It is sung in a low voice in the original version. I usually get Leonard Cohen comparisons for my voice, not for my songs.
I think in that context...
Well, I'm certainly flattered to get Leonard Cohen comparisons for my songs, but I usually get Cole Porter and occasionally I get, like, Waylon Jennings or something. Which I also like. I mean, these are good lyrics.
So I think that the context was sort of more, there was a new standard. I mean, how do you feel about that, or about, sorry, I'm asking more than one question, but yeah, how do you feel about it being a new standard, or something that, silly people like me and Rick Moody, that's Rick Moody, play at our weddings?
Rick Moody is not at all silly. The situation was silly. I like Rick Moody, I have no problem with him at all. I deeply regret humiliating him in front of 1,000 people. What was the question?
Do people want to ask questions from the audience?
Have you run out of questions already? I've been trying to give polysyllabic answers.
How do you feel about that song being considered maybe a new standard? People would do silly things, like sentimental things, like they play it at another way.
I'm aware that it has been played at least several weddings I've attended. But I figure that's the people I know. And often it's being played by me at their weddings. I went to a funeral once of Maggie Estep, my former downstairs neighbor, for 9 years when I lived in the East Village. And she moved to Hudson around the time I moved to Hudson. One day she was walking her dogs, keeled over and died at 49, I think. And it was horrible, and everyone who knew her in Hudson was really upset. She had been doing so well, and suddenly she just died out of nowhere. So her funeral was particularly upsetting, and they made me sing the Book of Love, which sounds innocuous until you get to the first chorus, being, I love it when you read to me, and you can read me anything. So the audience is literally whimpering. And I found it quite difficult to get through the song without my voice breaking. So this, I am no longer able to get through the song without associating it most strongly, not with Peter Gabriel playing it at the Hollywood Bowl, but me playing it at Maggie Estep's funeral and being almost unable to get through it. So that's how I feel about being a wedding song. I feel it's a funeral song. One puts one's children out in the world and one doesn't know what's going to happen to them.
Do you still perform that song, or is that?
Well, no. I've written 50-song albums.
Mark, it is about time to open it up.
Great.
Who wants a go?
We have microphones going, so just wait until we get to you.
It's something you said about controlling the relationship between the listener and the audience and the artist. I mean, stuck in my craw from earlier. You know, considering how, I guess, a barrier has come down for artists getting their music out there. You know, between being able to put up their albums on iTunes or Bandcamp, people being able to kickstart albums or just give them away for free.
That is controlling their product.
Yeah, but it is also.
But if you're dealing with a record company, there's a layer of record company contract in between you and the audience that has been there traditionally. The people who want to give away their music for free can have only that kind of relationship with the audience, with the occasional exception like a Radiohead album that they gave it away for free for a limited time, that kind of thing. But there used to be a whole lot of different ways that you could have different kinds of marketing relationships with the audience, and now you have like 4. And below that is hand-decorated cassettes, which I used to do, and I'd love to do again, but people tend not to have cassette decks. All of my friends don't have cassette decks. I realize there's a thriving cassette culture, and I have a cassette deck, and I listen to music on cassettes, and I love that. But that's one-on-one, and I can't have that level of nuance anymore. So I'm complaining about that. This is a conversation, not an article, so I'm not advancing an argument that I'm prepared to defend, in which I've thought about every conceivable way that one could do this, but I'm complaining that that I find it very unsatisfying what is currently happening. But I interrupted with what was upsetting in particular.
No, it wasn't really upsetting. It was just
Well,
kind
let's
of,
stop in your
it was
craw.
kind of glitching in my mind.
Yeah.
Because I guess because you have been in the music business for so long, and this sort of this sort of new development that has come around of I will put my music out there for people to listen if they decide to kick music back to me, but I'm willing to take a chance with letting people spread the music, tell their friends about it, and hopefully kick the money back to me if they enjoy it that much.
You're referring to Kickstarter?
Not to Kickstarter, but also to
I don't know what.
No, also the people who just put their albums online, like Jonathan Colton, who released a free song a week for an
Once
entire
you do
year.
that, you can't take it offline.
Yeah,
If you give your friends cassettes, or sell your friends cassettes, both of which I did in the 80s, there is at least some friction preventing them from giving the copies of those tapes out of context, and they won't hand decorate the tapes like you did. So there's an object that you made, and its place in the world is determined by you. But if someone can copy unlimited versions, including changed versions of your work, then you have no intellectual property, and you have no way of controlling the context that your work is understood in, which means that people can subvert it without your consent.
all right. I think that clarifies your view a little bit better. Thank you.
Hi, I just had 2 questions.